Hi, First Parish friends. Happy first day of spring.
Yeah, today's the spring equinox. We want to say happy spring. We've got Felix here today, pushing the stroller, and our dog Inky, and we're wishing you all best as we round the corner into spring.
So we've been thinking about turning points this month, and what we wanted to acknowledge today is the 5-year anniversary as we think back to March 2020 of that unimaginable time, which really did happen when everything shut down because of the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of turning points that we think about are these active decisions where we go one way or another, but often the turning points that really define our lives are things that we can't control, that we can't really plan for, that we just have to respond to.
Yeah, and I know that for so many of us, when we get through something challenging in our lives, we're just so relieved to have it in the rearview mirror that we just kind of want to move on and get back to our normal rhythms. And that's totally understandable. But I think anniversary dates like this, 5 years since the world shut down with COVID, or any kind of anniversary event of a loss or other significant, challenging date in our lives can be an opportunity, whether we like it or not, to do some intentional reflection on, that really happened. We really did get through it. We found different levels of both challenge and resilience. And there was a way in which we did take care of each other through that time that I think we can draw on during this time.
I think for me, it's important to just remind myself that there really was a year where hundreds of thousands of people died quite quickly, where for those of us who were lucky, we had to figure out life without, if we had young kids, life without childcare, how to do our jobs. If you were older, maybe you had to go a whole year or even more without seeing your friends to keep yourself safe. But as Kit said, there were also glimpses, I think, in that incredible season of trial of maybe a different way of being together. I think about the creativity that churches came up with to keep going. And I also think about, as we talked about in our Black Lives Matter banner forum, I also think about those glimpses of solidarity across racial lines, across class lines that we glimpsed in the summer of 2020. And so that's all kind of in the mix as we look back on what happened 5 years ago. And for us, I think it's very much still alive as we try to think about a way of being together that reflects love and justice and mercy.